Good evening and welcome to Monday night's calendar. The family of a Doncaster toddler who drowned in a pond on Christmas Day have said they're heartbroken beyond words. 2-year-old Isabel Wallace was found in the garden of her family's home during a festive gathering. A fundraiser has now been set up to help support her parents. Matt Price reports.
She has been described as the happiest, most adventurous and curious little girl, lighting up the lives of everyone. Writing on a fundraising page set up in her name, the family tell of the horror of how 2-year-old Isabel Wallace briefly disappeared as the family celebrated at the home of her parents. Her aunt, Abigail Maxwell, said, "We couldn't find her for a moment. She'd gone in the garden and fell in the pond. A pond that was not there through choice, but due to a house move, their forever home, which they were renovating. There are just no words. Nobody deserves this." Despite performing CPR until paramedics arrived, Isabel's death was confirmed in hospital. The GoFundMe page has already exceeded donations of £30,000. Posting on social media, Isabel's mother, Tamara, said she wants people to remember Isabel for the magic girl she was. Matt Price, ITV News.
Yes, terribly sad. And there's more on that story over on our website, plus more news from around our region. Just go to the usual address, itv.com/calendar. A man has died after his car crashed into a car rental unit near Pocklington. Police say the car left the road and hit the building just after midnight when it then set on fire. A 47-year-old man died at the scene. Police are appealing to anyone who may have seen the white Mondeo in the lead-up to the crash at Broadhelm Business Park. Now, it's been a good year for Christmas retail across the region. According to analysis by MRI Software, Boxing Day footfall rose to more than 4% on last year, with shoppers making the most of sales, something that's been felt at the Meadowhall Shopping Centre in Sheffield, where they saw over 120,000 people pass through their doors on Saturday. Here's Martin Fisher.
Heading to the sales in Sheffield, and with plenty of stores offering big discounts, this festive season has seen more shoppers through the doors than last year.
People are a lot more planned this year, and I think we predicted this early on, so September, October, November, people shop tactically in those periods. We had the biggest Black Friday week for 6 years. So we know people were buying in advance, shopping tactically on the sale days, and the same things happened into Christmas as well.
And both high-end luxury items as well as clothing are proving popular with shoppers. But retailers saw a slow start to the sales season.
Now, it's been a really mixed picture nationally for retail this festive season. On Boxing Day, footfall was initially thought to be down, but then a late surge saw footfall actually increase by 4%. But that doesn't necessarily translate into sales, with some financial institutions predicting that spending could be £1 billion down this year.
And many of those shopping today had deliberately waited for the sales to do their spending.
Everybody's really a lot more careful about, where their money goes, and their disposable income, I think, has reduced greatly. And actually we're doing most of our shopping post-Christmas as opposed to, pre-Christmas.
Well, the plan was to save, but you know what it's like, you come and then you end up spending ridiculous amounts. But
Anything particular we're looking for in the sales then?
Clothes.
It's always clothes.
Yeah, clothes.
Did you make a decision to sort of come for the sales rather than going before Christmas?
Definitely. Yeah, waited.
Why
Looking for things for next year as well. Grab your bargains now, ready for next year.
Really strong every single day. Lots of people here from Boxing Day onwards, and we're expecting that to continue on through to next week as well. Boxing Day, 27th, really strong, nearly 120,000 people here on the 27th. So lots of people coming to the centre.
So good festive sales here, a trend retailers hope will continue into the new year. Martin Fisher, ITV News in Sheffield.
Next to the quadruple amputee who says she's looking forward to an incredible new year after becoming only the 12th person to receive a hand transplant. Kim Smith says she owes her life to the team of surgeons in Leeds who carried out the pioneering surgery. Michael Billington reports.
It's just amazing that I'm able to even do it, you know.
Kim Smith says she's received the most precious gift this year. A new left hand functioning more and more each day, thanks to the kindness of strangers, a donor family, and the medical expertise of doctors in Leeds.
It's just incredible. It's just so life-changing. It's given me so much independence again. And it's just, you know, one hand is just the best thing ever.
You've been really poorly.
Kim lost all 4 limbs to sepsis in 2018 after falling ill in Spain. Now, as just the 12th person to ever receive a donor hand, she's retraining her brain. She used to be right-handed and is again starting to do some of the simple things she once took for granted.
I can brush my teeth, I can feed myself, I can just do so many things. And to be able to do these things that I haven't been able to do for 8 years is absolutely incredible.
Earlier this year, after a 4-year search for a donor, a team of surgeons at Leeds General Infirmary painstakingly attached bone, muscle, tendons and nerves to her hand, which should eventually be fully functioning. Sadly, the procedure to attach a right hand failed.
This is a woman who woke up unexpectedly on an ITU in Spain, having lost both arms and both legs, went through a transplant procedure some years later here, woke up on an ITU having lost one of her transplanted limbs, and yet maintains the most astoundingly resilient, positive, cheerful, determined attitude. She's in many ways the perfect patient.
And the team at Leeds are absolutely fantastic. They really are the best as far as I'm concerned. You know, they kept me alive. I nearly died again and unfortunately lost the right hand, but you know, I've got one incredible hand. Going forward into next year and seeing how much further I get with the hand and what I do, it's just going to be an incredible year for me now.
As Kim looks forward to a new year, she can now also look ahead to even greater independence, thanks to the man-made miracle, which she says has changed her life forever. Michael Billington, ITV News.
Well, time for a bit of sport now, and 20-year-old dart sensation Charlie Manby from Huddersfield is through to the last 16 at the World Darts Championship. Charlie, who's making his debut at Alexandra Palace, defeated Ricky Evans by 4 sets to 2 to set up a 4th round clash with the number 10 seed Jan van Veen. A bricklayer by trade, Charlie has already guaranteed himself £60,000 in prize money so far. Leeds United yesterday rounded off a successful year for them by extending their unbeaten run in the Premier League to 5 matches.
Credit for the this away performance from minute 30 on, and then the gut feeling was also like we've dominated each and every statistic normally you should and could have sing tonight, because 3 was definitely also possible.
Well, their music helped shape the sound of the 60s. Frankie Valli and the Four Seasons have had hit after hit, with their songs being featured in huge movies like Grease and Dirty Dancing and TV shows like The Sopranos. Well, Peter Andre is preparing to bring some of those songs to our region, in fact, to Bradford, Rotherham and Chesterfield. Natalie Bohr has been chatting to him.
The songs that you're covering in this show are huge.
Yeah.
I've recognised so many of them that I didn't know were Frankie Valli songs.
Yeah, and that happened to me as well. You know, it's quite amazing. When I was first asked to do the show, because for people that don't know, this show runs without me. It's a show that's been running and it's a great, great show. But when they approached me about it, I said, well, I don't really know many Frankie Valli songs. They said, oh yeah, you do. I said, no, I don't. They said, yes, you do. Have a listen. And they sent me the set list and I was like, that's Frankie Valli, that's Frank. All of a sudden I was like, a lot of these songs are from my childhood.
And you get to perform with a live band every night. Does that really elevate the performance?
100% performing with the live band is important and it elevates it so much. It's so important. But what I like what they've done is they've kept it simple in the sense that they've made it like it was in the 50s. They haven't gone for a 10-piece band. They've kept it with a 4-piece band, sometimes 5, but mainly 4-piece band because that was authentic to what they used to do.
And who's coming along to this show? Is it all ages?
It definitely is all ages. When my children came last year, because I'd said, no, there were kids in the audience, and a lot of them sing along to the songs which I found really interesting. because I thought, well, does mum and dad play this at home? You know, you generally got the audience that were huge Frankie Valli fans, but you've got a whole new generation. So it's great. So it's all ages, yeah.
Did you ever imagine when you started your career that you'd be doing something like this?
You know, I get asked the question all the time about where the things that I do now, what I thought about when I was younger. And I find it's an interesting question because I studied acting as a kid and music was my dream and my passion, but I studied acting. So when I got signed up in the music side, I just took it and ran. But I always knew I was going to come back to acting. It was just something I always knew. But the music is still my passion through and through.
You were just 16 when you got signed. Did you find it difficult adjusting to fame?
Yeah, I got signed at 16 and I remember my dad wouldn't let me sign the contract until I'd finished school. That was part of the deal. And I was really frustrated because that's all I wanted to do. You know, I can look back and I can see how wild and crazy it was and how I'd gone from being in this strict religious household to now being exposed to the world and, you know, the craziness of it all. But I wouldn't have changed it because had I gone, that's what I wanted.
Now this show starts in January, so is the plan to have a kind of low-key Christmas, just so you're ready for it?
Yeah, so last year when I was going to be doing this for the first time, I was really nervous because I knew it was coming. This year I'm excited. I honestly will say, one thing we got last time was no one left disappointed, and that's a big thing for us because we want people leaving going, that felt so good. That's what we want you to feel.
Peter Andre talking to Natalie Bohr. Right, the weather now. Here's Louise Small.
Today's forecast: seafood and sugar cube towns. TUI sponsors ITV Yorkshire Weather.
Hello there. Good evening. We had some bright and sunny spells today. Quite a lot of cloud though in places as well. Over the next couple of days it will start to feel a lot cooler. Temperatures falling just below average for this time of year, but we'll also have a few crisp spells of sunshine at times, but in the overnight period we can expect some frosty conditions to develop. Taking a look at the pressure sequence, high pressure continues to dominate our weather through most of this week. We will have one or two frontal systems bringing the odd shower along coastal areas, and we'll see a subtle change in wind direction through New Year's Eve. It will start to feel a lot cooler and chillier. Tonight though, for most places it should stay dry. We do have the odd shower pushing in from the coast, variable amounts of cloud overnight, but where we have any breaks in the cloud we could have a touch of frost in places. But for most places temperatures should hold up just above freezing, lows of around 2 degrees Celsius. A cool and chilly start then tomorrow. Any frost will quickly clear away. Bright and sunny spells developing into the afternoon. Once again a scattering of showers pushing in along coastal areas. Winds will pick up there, becoming slightly brisker. Lighter winds inland, temperatures reaching highs of around 6 or 7 degrees Celsius. So for most it is cool and crisp with some sunny spells. Looking ahead then towards Tuesday into New Year's Eve, we can expect temperatures to fall away in the overnight period. A touch of frost developing in places. Temperatures reaching highs around 4 or 5 degrees Celsius. We can expect a few wintry showers as we head towards the end of the week when temperatures fall away. Bye-bye.
TUI sponsors ITV Yorkshire Weather.
Well, our next bulletin is tomorrow in Good Morning Britain, and I'll be back with another edition of Calendar tomorrow night at the same time, just after 7. For now, a very good night.